Greetings, CYBERDOGs and citizens of the interbubs. This is RENDOG'S coming at you from just outside the entrance to the brand new jungle railway line in this Let's Play Minecraft Survival series. In the previous episode, my friends, we were working on the foundations for this brand new line, and of course we are trying to get this sucker full finished off before the start of season number 5. And I have been working my butt off over here, man. Can't wait to show you guys the progress. It is looking fan-freaking-tastic. Sit back and relax. I hope you got something tasty to sip on, something crunchy to snack on. I got a little bit of coffee, which I shall now be delivering straight to my butt. Give me 1 second. It's Minecraft time, baby. I am ready. It is a beautiful day in my little English village, which feels kind of weird to say, I must admit, because usually what I say is, it's a beautiful day in my flat in London, but this time around I'm not in London anymore. I'm in a tiny little freaking village somewhere, which is epic. But check it out, guys. I've been hard at freaking work, man. Jungle Railway looking really, really awesome. I pretty much finished off all of the foundations for the bridge that leads from Grand Molehole Station to our Mob Castle facility, and that has now connected our Molehole Castle base to our XP grinder, which is epic. And I really love how it turned out. I really, really like this stuff, guys. I was a little bit skeptical about it in the previous episode, but a lot of you guys loved it and you let me know. And it just looks really cool, right? This little bit of block variation. Looks like this bit of wood has dried out a little bit, right? In the sun or whatnot. And yeah, I've also tried to emulate that in the fences too. So we've got jungle fence into oak fence, so we get that really cool effect. I think that looks fantastic, man. And check it out, guys. I made another little tunnel. This world has got so many tunnels in it, man. We're like the tunnel freaking king on this survival world. But have a look. It looks great, doesn't it? I really like it. I like how the dark oak wood looks. Got some freaking glowstone up in here. Looking great. And I've been laying down the very basics, the very start of getting this railway line powered. And more importantly, I have been working on a support system for the bridge itself. Some of you guys were saying in the previous episode, RENDOG'S, this freaking bridge doesn't make any sense. There are physics fails going on. You've got this bridge like clinging onto trees, but you need to make some support beams. And that's what I thought we would do today. You can see that I've started on one down there, right? Looking pretty freaking sweet. And we're going to be making those all the way along the line, all the way back to Mob Castle. Kind of in the same style as the delivery line from the Grove to Mole City, right? It's got that sort of a single beam support with a fork that holds up the railway line. I really, really like that design. I think it looks freaking rad, man. But check it out, guys. I've finished off this entire railway line. Doesn't it look freaking sweet-tastic? Oh, baby. I love it, man. Look at it. It took me ages, but you know what? I just came onto my survival world, played for, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 hours, listening to some music, watching some YouTube videos, just playing Minecraft and loving it. I'm so inspired at the moment since I moved to my new place, guys. Seriously, I'm just absolutely loving Minecraft, loving my survival world, loving Hermitcraft, loving the CYBERDOG Nation. I'm in the zone, baby. I'm in the zone. But anyway, check it out. It comes all the way down to the end here, guys. Looking pretty damn sweet, right? Oh, yeah. Loving it. Look at this. So freaking awesome. Let's have a look. I wanted to show you guys a little bit about the physics fail that I was talking about a little bit earlier. And this gives us a pretty good view of it. So here we go. Yeah, we can see this sort of stretch of railway line over here. It's just kind of hanging in the air. Right? In season 5, we're going to be spending a lot of time in this area, and I want to get it prepared. I want to get it looking freaking awesome. I don't want to have any outstanding tasks in this particular area at the start of season 5. The start of season 5! It's like 3 episodes away. Oh my goodness, I can't freaking believe it, man. Unbelievable how fast the time flies. And it just feels like just the other day that I started season 4, if I'm honest with you, even though it's been like a year or something. I know it's been ages, but you know, it's a slow burner, this series. It's okay, it's a slow burner. But anyway, guys, let's get straight into work today. I just wanted to show you the work that I've done around here, looking really awesome. And I really love it. We've got lots of work to do, though. We need to finish off this railway line by finishing off the supports. Then we need to change all of these trees into great jungle trees like we did for this one. So still a bit of stuff to do before season 5. But yeah, that means I get to play more Minecraft. So yeah, I couldn't be happy about that. Now, guys, I want to thank you all for the amazing support that you've been given the Real Life Hermit project. I spoke about it in the previous episode. And you guys have just been so kind with your your comments, with your words of wisdom, with your ideas, with your support, with everything. It has been amazing. And I truly am grateful to all of you guys for the support and for the love and the comments and everything. And I'm so glad that you enjoyed the Real Life Hermit vlogs that I'm putting up for you too. And you know what's funny, man? I was actually thinking about the Odyssey Real Life Hermit Project Vlog 1, which was the first one that I did. Hold on, give me 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Although, no, it's got to be... I think what I've done is I've spaced the pillars 9 blocks from each other. So we've got to put it onto this one. But yeah, guys, I was reading the comments on the Odyssey Real Life Hermit Project Vlog video. And while I was reading the comments, the video was playing, and I saw myself packing that freaking van and driving all the way down to this place from London. And man, it reminded me so much of a little story that I wanted to tell you guys today. A story of when I made my very first real life move that was very similar, in fact, to this move. And yeah, it's kind of a funny story. So I wanted to tell you that in today's episode. But before I do that, my friends, let's just try and work out exactly what's going to go on over here. So we're going to have one more support beam here, I think, right? And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks from the corner. So I guess we should go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, is it actually? It's 9 blocks. Okay, so 9 blocks from the corner. So here we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's where we will put the support beam over here. And then we'll do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll put another support beam over there. Okay, sweet. I got my foundations down. Now I know what I'm doing. And now I can focus on telling you a story while I work on these support beams. So yeah, guys, let me tell you a little story, a little tale, if you will, about the very first big real-life move that I made. Not as a family, because as I spoke about in a few episodes ago about moving, I moved with my family quite a lot. I want to talk to you guys about the first time me as an individual, as RENDOG'S, made a very big life move. This very first move that I made happened when I finished university and went to a city in South Africa called Cape Town. Hello, Skelebutt. What is cracking, dude? Why are you interrupting me? I'm trying to tell a story. Please say hello to Orpheus the Firestar and get wrecked. Oh, he be strafing. He be strafing. Okay, that was a little bit too close for comfort, right? Are there any more undead bastards in this place? Freaking Mob Castle, man. It is dangerous coming here. Let me tell you, this is a deadly place. Anyway, so the very first in real life move that I made as a young RENDOG'S adult was moving from my home with my family in Johannesburg to my brand new city where I decided to live as a young man called Cape Town in South Africa. Because, of course, as some of you guys who are perhaps new to the RENDOG channel, I am from South Africa. I was born in a city called Bloemfontein, the birthplace of J.R.R. Tolkien. I lived in Johannesburg with my family for most of my life. I studied in a very small town in South Africa for university, and then I moved to Cape Town, where I lived for a few years before I came to Europe. Now, the very first time I moved to Cape Town was a very scary time in my life, okay? It was intense, and it was intense for a number of reasons. I studied at a very small university, and this university was basically set in a town. The entire town was sort of built around the university, so to speak. So it was kind of like a university town rather than a town. It was more like a university with a little bit of town splashed into it, if you know what I'm saying. So it was kind of like quite a sheltered environment for a young person. I went there when I was 18, of course, when I'd finished school, and went there to study journalism and English and graphic design. And yeah, I spent 4 years at that university. Was it 4 years? 3 or 4 years? I can't remember. It was quite a long time ago. But I did my studies there. I got my degree, and I was ready to move into the big wide world. Now, I had no idea how scary the big wide world actually would be until I made the move. As I said, the town that I studied in was very, very small, you know. I mean, there weren't even traffic lights in this town, guys. I mean, that's how small it was, right? Like, the biggest news in that town would be, student found sleeping under a bench in the park. Unacceptable behavior. Something like that. It really was like an isolated bubble of society in the middle of South Africa somewhere, you know. So when I moved to Cape Town, I was pretty much a complete life noob, if you will. I had no idea what was coming. And I guess that's the beauty of being a student. You are, completely a noob. You're a life noob. You have so much to learn. There's so much awesomeness about to happen to you. It's so freaking sweet. Now, when I decided to move to Cape Town, because I was talking with my family about where I should work and where I should live, and we kind of discussed moving to Johannesburg and being with my family and working in Johannesburg, because Johannesburg is the capital of the country. It's by far the most prosperous city to live in if you want to choose a city to live in, and you want to get a decent job and get a decent wage and all of that stuff. Johannesburg is probably the place that you want to be in South Africa. But most of my friends were moving to Cape Town, including a couple of my very best friends, and I wanted to go and stay with them. You know, we all had big plans. We had ideas for starting businesses. We had all of these things. Plus, we were really good friends from university. And you know how it is at university. You know, like I guess it's like the frat mentality. If you are from America, you make friends for life, I suppose, is what you call them at university. You know, and you're super big buddies. You go through a lot of stuff at university together. You experience a lot of things for the first time together, and so to speak. You create these sort of life bonds. And I didn't really want to leave my mates. I didn't want to. I had such a good time with them at university. I wanted to carry on with that in Cape Town. And most of them were moving to Cape Town. So I decided, okay, I'm going to move to Cape Town. So one day I said to my Mamadog, I am moving to Cape Town. It is going to be awesome. I don't know what the town is like. I have no idea. But I want to go live there. All of my buddies are moving there. And I want to go and live in Cape Town. And my mama said, that is totally fine by me. I'm going to help you out. Speaking about mama dogs, my mama just gave me a phone call, guys. I think her ears must have been tingling. I think she suspected I was talking about her. She says hello to the CYBERDOG Nation, by the way. Oh, man. Anyway, so as I was saying, guys, my mama was really, really nice to me, okay? What she had done over her lifetime of moving around different cities, my mum also moved around quite a lot in her life. She moved from Bloemfontein to Johannesburg, and I think she also lived in some other cities also in her life. So she was also a bit of a free spirit, so to speak, a little bit like her son. But over the years, as she moved around, she started to hold on to some of the furniture that she liked, some really nice furniture that she had, with the intention of hooking her firstborn son up with some stuff when he decided to become an adult and move into his real life house. And that means that my Mamadog had saved up for me a bunch of really awesome furniture. And basically what she had done with that furniture is she had put it in the cottage. Now, the cottage was a place that my brother, the real Gox, and I used to live in Johannesburg. It was basically a small little guest house on the outside of our main house. And the Goxie and I actually, there were 2 bedrooms in this guest house, and we lived there together as teenagers. It was just the most amazing place to live. As brothers, we just spent every single day together, jamming, having an awesome time. And my Mamadog basically furnished that cottage with all of this furniture that she had collected over her life. And when I said to her, I'm going to move to Cape Town, my Mamadog said to me, okay, son, that sounds awesome. I support you. I support every decision you make. I'm going to help you by giving you all of this furniture in the cottage. You can take that furniture to Cape Town and you can set yourself up with what I've got for you. And hopefully that will be a good start for you, And then you can find yourself a job. You can find yourself a girlfriend. You can find yourself a wife. You can make some babies. Wow, things turned out a lot differently than that plan, didn't they? Anyway, so my Mamadog gave me a whole bunch of awesome furniture. She gave me, let me try and think, try and remember what she gave me. It was quite a long time ago. She gave me a TV, but an old ass TV, like from the 90s. You know, like those big square ones, those really massive TVs. I'm sure some of you guys still might still have some of those TVs. Definitely no flat screen action going on, but a really massive TV. It was awesome. A TV from my childhood. In fact, I remember watching TV on that TV since I was very young. She gave me a couch, like a couch suite. I think that's how you say it. She gave me a bed, a fridge, a microwave, like bedside tables, and a whole bunch of other sort of smaller bits of furniture, you know, like a coffee table, some carpets, stuff like that. And then a whole bunch of cutlery, you know, plates and mugs and all of that stuff that she had collected over time, you know, and all really, really nice stuff. You know, my Mamadog is she's a lady of taste, man. She's got really good taste. And man, the way that my Mamadog decorates houses is the best. I mean, I think that she's got a real talent for interior decoration, I think is what it's called, because her houses are always stunning, beautiful, beautiful. So I had really, really nice stuff from my mama. And what she said to me was, okay, I'm going to give you this stuff, but you know, it's going to take a couple of weeks for this stuff to get down to Cape Town. We're going to have to get it put in a truck, a delivery vehicle, and they're going to have to deliver it for you. So you're going to have to go to Cape Town and find somewhere to stay, and then I will send the truck, and then you can furnish your new apartment. So that's exactly what I did, right? I went to Cape Town and I slept on my buddy's floor for a couple of weeks. And there were quite a few of my friends there that had moved to Cape Town, which is awesome. And I had another very, very good friend of mine, one of my best friends in the world, who also wanted to move to Cape Town and didn't have a place to live. And I said to him, hey, dude, listen, why don't we move in together? Right? I've got a whole bunch of furnishing that is coming that my Mamadog has given me. We will be able to furnish a place. So what we can do is find like an unfurnished place to rent. It'll be a little bit cheaper because it's unfurnished. And then we can furnish it with all of this stuff. All you'll have to do is buy yourself a bed because, of course, Mamadog only gave me one bed, right? And my friend said, yeah, that sounds like a freaking sweet plan, man. Let's do it. That sounds sweet. So, you know, we spent the next few days trying to find a place. And we found a place pretty quickly, which was amazing. And it was a place that was pretty close to our other group of friends. So it was just absolutely perfect. And, you know, we phoned the landlord. Back in those days, there was, you know, you used a telephone to make these sort of deals. We phoned the landlord and we were like, hey, what's up, man? We want to take your flat. It's amazing. It's great. We want to, you know, we want to take it now. We want to take it tonight if we can. And he said, yeah, cool. No worries. Come over to the flat and we'll discuss. And we went over. We paid the deposit in cash, because we're students, obviously. And that night, my good friend and I, we actually spent that night in the flat, sleeping on the floor. We got a few beers, we got some pizza, and we just had an amazing time, because this was our very first place as, you know, independent adults that we stayed in. And we maybe drank a little bit too many beers that night. And yeah, it helped us to sleep on the floor, shall we say. We slept really, really well. But anyway, we didn't spend the next 2 weeks living there. I went back to staying with my other friend on his couch until the day the truck arrived from Mamadog. Oh, baby, the truck of presents, the truck of life, if you will. Oh man, that truck arrived and my friend and I were just so excited because we could now furnish our place. In the meantime, my friend had bought himself a bed and he'd got the bed into the apartment about a week before. So he'd actually been staying there for about a week already, the lucky bastard. Now, let me tell you something about this apartment. It was tiny, 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 tiny. It was 2 bedrooms, a lounge and kitchen, 1 bathroom. But the most important thing to note is that it was on the 2nd story of an apartment block, okay? But, okay, not so bad so far, not so bad so far. To get up to the 2nd story of this apartment block, you had to go up basically like a spiral staircase, but not a circular spiral staircase, a staircase that went up and then backwards up and then backwards up, like a zigzagging staircase, I guess, right? But the problem with the zigzagging staircase was that it was very small, extremely small with a very low roof. I think you guys may be able to figure out where this is going. Now, it wasn't a problem to start off with, but it became a very serious problem because of this zigzagging thing. So the truck arrived, which was fantastic. Now, we used a pretty cheap delivery service because obviously we were students, we wanted to save some cash. These guys arrived with the truck. They unloaded the truck onto the side of the road, and then my mate and I were like, oh, that's really nice of you, thank you so much. Here's the entrance to our apartment, please could you put the stuff in there and we'll sort it out. The guys literally burst out laughing. They literally burst out freaking laughing. They were like, dude, you didn't pay for 2 house delivery. Sorry, bud. We have done our job and we're off. And they basically got into their truck and zoomed off into the horizon, leaving my friend and I with all of our stuff literally on the side of the road, sitting there on the side of the freaking road. And my mate and I had to spend the next sort of 2 or 3 hours shifting all of the furniture and all of the stuff from the road up the staircase into our brand new apartment. Now, all was going well, you know, everything was going well. I mean, it was a tight squeeze, to say the least, in getting our stuff up that zigzagging staircase. The problem came when the time came to move the TV cabinet. The infamous TV cabinet. This is something that my friend and I still talk about to this day. Now, let me tell you something about this TV cabinet, okay? This was a beautifully designed TV cabinet. You know, handcrafted, absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, back then in those days, furniture wasn't made like it's made now, right? And these days, the Swedes have perfected the art of creating furniture that even a freaking grandmama could make, right? You got this piece, you stick piece A into piece B, a Titan screw C, and you've got a fully fitted kitchen, right? That's pretty much how furniture is these days. Back in the 80s and back in the 90s, furniture was made to last. You know, furniture was like handcrafted in some freaking giant workshop somewhere. It was like basically invincible, you know. It was massive also. It was huge. And it was beautiful. And this TV cabinet was all of those things. It was beautifully crafted. It was absolutely massive, considering that it was designed to hold one of those big ass TVs. You can imagine how big it was, okay? It had 2 massive drawers where you would put your VHS discs in. Some of you guys probably don't even know what a VHS disc is, but it's basically a massive, like, CD, right? It's huge. So you needed a lot of space for all of your VHS discs. It also had in this cabinet another section for like cups and plates and stuff, right? So you know, the idea was that, I don't know, if you had guests over to watch some TV and you were having dinner in front of the TV, you had all your cutlery or something. I don't know, the 80s were a weird time. But this TV cabinet was massive. Not only was it massive from a girth perspective, it was also extremely tall. In fact, it was so tall that we couldn't get it up that zigzag staircase. It was higher than the roof of the staircase. So this presented my friend and I with a very serious dilemma. This freaking cabinet was the only thing big enough and strong enough to hold the giant ass, the giant ass TV that we had, right? I mean, the TV weighed like as much as a small vehicle, you know? It needed support, man. And this TV cabinet was the only thing designed in the same era as the TV. Thus, it was the perfect match. But we couldn't get the cabinet up the freaking staircase. We tried everything, absolutely everything. We tried every angle imaginable to get that cabinet up that staircase. Nothing was working, my friends, absolutely nothing. We even at one point thought we could hoist the cabinet through my friend's bedroom window into the flat, which at the time sounded like a really good idea, right? Because let's face it, you're students, you don't have money to hire someone to solve this problem for you. You got to use your brains. You got to use what your mama gave you in between your ears, right? You got to find some creative solutions to the problems that you have. Am I right? The students out there, you guys know what I'm saying. You've used many, many creative methods to get yourself out of a pickle. I'm 100% sure of that. Anyway, so we were racking our student brains trying to figure out a solution to this problem. We tried hoisting that thing through my friend's window by tying up all of our sheets together to make like a pulley system. Yeah, that didn't work. as I said, the TV cabinet weighed the size of a baby elephant. So when we tried the hoisting, the sheets, the knots that we tied, like just unraveled, basically. That was actually a really bad and dangerous idea. Hey, but we were students, right? You know what I love about being a student? You do anything dangerous or anything stupid, you can just say, I'm a student. And then everyone's like, oh, okay, no worries. You can always get away with it, right? Anyway, so the hoisting through the window using bed sheets plan didn't work. We couldn't get it up the zigzagging staircase. And I remember the sun was going down in Cape Town. It was a beautiful day, beautiful sort of dusk evening. My friend and I was sat on the side of the road, flabbergasted, out of breath, sweating, stinking like an undead villager's armpit. No idea how to get this freaking TV cabinet up into our apartment. It was the last piece of the puzzle. OCD was kicking in, you know? We needed it. We needed to get it in there so that we could finish off our home and we could move in and start our lives and find, you know, start finding jobs and having a sweet life. Anyway, we were there sitting, thinking, trying to figure something out, when suddenly I had an epiphany, CYBERDOGs. I had a freaking epiphany. I looked my friend in the eyes with fire blazing behind my freaking eyeballs, and I said, dude, if someone built this thing, we could take it apart. Right? And it clicked in his face. It clicked in his eyes, I remember. And he said, yeah, obviously, we're really smart dudes. Let's bust this thing down into its bits, take the bits upstairs, and then we can rebuild this sucker. And the plan was forged. A plan that would end in folly, should I just point out at this particular juncture. Well, my friend and I proceeded to dismantle the TV cabinet, one beautifully built part at a time. Just remember what I said earlier, guys. This cabinet was not made in a Swedish IKEA factory. This cabinet was made by a proper carpenter who knew what he was doing. For example, I distinctly remember that each of the nails that we pried out of the beautiful wood of the TV cabinet was not only nailed into the wood, but glued into the wood too. So I think what had happened was, when the carpenter had hammered the nail into the wood, he'd put down a little bit of glue also, just so that the nail would be even more tightly secured within its hole, making our life a lot more difficult. Now, I had inherited a box of tools from my dad, which we used to dismantle this freaking TV cabinet. We had the tools that we needed. We had hammers, screwdrivers, pliers. You know, a little bit of saw action was required. And we basically, I guess the right way to put it is, we mutilated that TV cabinet. When bits of wood were not coming out, undone from each other, well, it's hammer time, baby. We smashed the living jazz out of that thing. But we broke it apart. We achieved our goal. We dismantled the TV cabinet and we took its giblets upstairs into our apartment. One piece at a time, that TV cabinet made its way into the apartment. And the idea, of course, was that if someone built this thing, we'd be able to build it. We're smart students. We got our degrees. We got brains. You know, we're young. Nothing's going to stop us. We'll rebuild this sucker, no problem. A few days passed and the time came when my friend and I were sitting on some plastic chairs in our kitchen having lunch. The TV cabinet in the corner, a corpse of its former self. Literally in the corner, you know, metaphorically crying. And it became kind of like the elephant in the room, you know. My friend and I, we knew it was there. We knew its mutilated corpse was in the corner of the room. And my friend and I just sort of ignored it as we ate our tuna and white bread sandwiches, you know. Student food, man. Eventually, a day came where I said to my friend, listen, bud, we gotta build this TV cabinet, you know. I mean, on the day we broke it, we were so sure we could do it. We were so eager and keen. And this thing has just been lying in tatters, in pieces, in the corner of our apartment for like a week now. Let's just do it. Let's just try and build it. And my friend looked me in the face and he said, dude, we got to be honest with ourselves. There is zero chance on the face of this lovely earth that we're going to be able to rebuild that. And I looked him back in the eye and I said, yeah, you're right. And the TV cabinet remained in its bits and pieces in our apartment, in the corner of the room for the 1.5 years that we lived there. And it remained there even to the point where I left Cape Town to move to Europe, to move to England and to live in London. And to this day, I sincerely hope that whoever moved into that apartment after us actually built the cabinet, you know. All the bits and pieces were there, all the screws and the nails and the hinges and everything that was required to make that beautiful cabinet was all there. And there's a part of me that truly hopes that whoever moved in there rebuilt my Mamadog's TV cabinet and that it's standing proudly in that apartment in Cape Town. Holding up a big-ass TV. But anyway, guys, that's the story that I wanted to tell you today. And we've made some pretty decent progress, haven't we? Looking real good. I got to make one more pillar over there and then repeat this all the way along the Jungle Railway line, all the way to Mob Castle. But guys, I tell you what, that is all the time we have for today in this episode. Really hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, you hit that like button. And I am aware that there are quite a few of you who are new to this series. And you know why? Because I've seen you in the comments. And it's awesome that you've been commenting. And it's awesome that you are watching the series. Some of you guys have started again from the very beginning. And I'm very grateful and very happy. But I am also aware that there are a few of you who have not watched the previous episode, or in fact the previous episodes. And let me tell you something, I'm gonna get right up in your grills. I'm angry with your asses. You hear me, you bastards? You can't watch episodes without knowing what's going on in the series? Go and watch the previous episodes and the previous series. You hear me, you buttholes? Well, I'm gonna shove this freaking axe directly between the crack of your ass. Okay, is that a deal? Thanks so much for watching, my friends. My name has been RENDOG'S, playing Minecraft Survival. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And we will see you all in episode 99 of Minecraft Survival. Oh my goodness. Have a good day, everyone. Goodbye!